Okay. Morning thoughts, morning questions. I just thought about something. So, if everyone's reality is different and everyone's perspective is different, which is why we live in a simulation. We live in this simulation, we live in a matrix. And the reason people say that is because everybody perceives things differently. That is the definition, that is the point. My perception of my life is very different than your perception of your life. Your perception of my life is different. That's three different perceptions. Okay, so me on my life, you no, you me on my life, you on my life. That's two different perceptions. Okay? So if we perceive ourselves to be not good at basketball, right? We put that in our mind, I'm not good at that. Or whenever we're in a situation where our friends are playing or people are playing, they're like, hey, play. I'm not good at that. That's your perception, actually, because you can literally teach yourself how to be good at basketball and then you'll be good at it. So you may not be good at it right now, but don't define yourself as not good at it. That's your perception of your life. So as you live your life thinking that you're not good at it, and then you do it and you're not good at it, you're like, oh, that proved what I said, that I'm not good at it. That's not true. Well, it proved it in the fact that you said it out loud and you believe that. That's how you proved it. You didn't prove it in the fact that you didn't make a couple balls in the basket. That's not proof. So think about that. Everyone views the reality as their own perception, right? So you look at those people, those homeless people on the side of the road, the ones who try to perform to get money, right? Say they're playing guitar, they're singing, and anybody who wants to do that, they want to go out and share their gift with the world, right? And they may be in a better position than someone else homeless next to them that they know around them or just in general. And they, are able to eat, they feel good, they're not in the negative circle. So, and then you have all these people who live on the street who are in the negative circle. And how does their life look? It looks negative because they're in the negative circle versus those people who are out there wanting to be heard. Yeah, they may not have enough material things, they may not have a home, but they're happy and they want to share laughs and experiences with other people. It doesn't matter if those other people have money or don't have money. They just want to share and be heard. So you see that. You see those two different perceptions of that category of being homeless, of being out there on the street, right? They created their reality on what they perceived it to be. Okay. People who have depression, who have anxiety, right? Okay, so I have anxiety. When I was younger, I used to suffer with depression. I don't have depression anymore. I feel like things like that, when you're labeled, it's very, it's a serious thing in the fact that you are taking on this perception of having depression. We are taking on this perception of having anxiety. What if we said we don't have it? Okay, we do experience it. Our body does experience anxiety. We actually feel it. It goes through our body. It's something real that if your brain wants to try to put it together and understand, yes, it's very real. We do feel it in our body. Just like depression, we feel it in our body. We feel it in our mind. We feel it within our whole being. What if we started saying that we don't have it, that we don't feel it? What if we start ignoring it? But when it's overpowering in the moment, recognize it. Of course, we want to recognize it. But what if one day we entertain the idea of ignoring it and doing that enough to our capability, where we're being, of course, where we're being true to ourselves and how we feel, doing it enough that maybe one day you won't feel it. Have you tried this? I haven't even tried this. I just came up with this thought right now because I understand what the Matrix is. I understand that we live in a simulation. Okay. I understand that. And I'm just, my brain is trying to understand it, even though I understand it, if that makes any sense. Um, so, for those of you who are like me, who their brain is trying to understand what is, um, I see it now. I see it now. It's like something I struggle with. Um, I've always had this notion to myself since I was a kid because of my environment that I wasn't enough, um, that I can always be so much more. And I'm healing from that still, and I'm more healed than I was, way more healed. Um, and I'm still healing from that, but it's still there. It still lingers, of course. Um, and I don't want to define myself as that. Like, I'm tired of saying that. I'm tired of, let's see. I'm trying to put it in a way where it's like, people, when I'm around people, they tell me that I'm such a light, that I am this, I am that. And at the end of the day, when I'm alone and all that noise is gone, I'm trying to see within the amongst of all those opinions and perceptions, which one of those I actually am, right? Even though how I feel should be how I am, my mind struggles with that so much. And I feel like that's what brings on the anxiety. Those things in our mind that we are wrestling. And, it's said that the trauma makes you feel that. Yes, of course, trauma that we experience, it comes in later as anxieties, depressions. It starts manifesting inside of our body and turning into negative things. Um, and basically, my whole message on here was that the whole simulation is of how we perceive reality. I now understand that time is not real and time is a construct. I've always heard that. I just didn't understand it